Joining us now is Michael Schmidt, Canadian dairy farmer and raw milk advocate, and author of this book, Raw Milk and the Search for Human Kindness. Welcome, Mr. Schmidt. Thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So you have a very interesting story. You've been arrested, you've been tried, you've been convicted, all in your effort to bring raw milk to Canadians. Please explain to us, what is raw milk and why is it so important?
The question, the question to ask is why is raw milk not available? I think that is more the question. The importance of raw milk is determined by the consumer themselves and by people who think that raw milk is good for them. And it's always when the state gets involved to tell you what's good for you. And we know that in the past that does not work always in the favor of the people who actually are in need of a product like the raw milk. So raw milk is basically milk which is not treated, heat treated, and homogenized when it comes from the farm. And there are extremely good examples in Europe and in the US of how you can produce raw milk, safe raw milk, very safe raw milk, within a framework of control, which I always advocated. I never advocated an underground black market of raw milk because I think that is where we actually can see the problems arising. And we know that with drugs, the same thing. How when you push things underground, it becomes a criminal offense and so on. So for me, it was always let's have an open discussion and a proper regulation of raw milk within a system which I do respect. I'm not blackmailing the supply management. I don't agree with it, but I'm not blaming it in regards to the issue I was confronted with, because it is in this world of capitalism, everybody tries to defend their own territory. That's basically it. When you look at the title of the book, the second title is more important than the first one, which says the search for human kindness. And that is, how can we in a political system like today actually come to a proper dialogue about an issue and not inflame it through, experts say that and experts say that, but how can we come to an understanding that we actually serve all the people and not just, let's say, the mainstream market? And so, I think that's the problem.
So explain to us what happened with you, because I've read your story. You had RCMP on your property. You went on a hunger strike. I mean, these are some extreme actions taken, all surrounding your desire to serve people, as you say, to serve them what they ask for, which is raw milk.
Well, it goes even further in that sense that it was not even serving people. It was that people actually owned the cows and owned the dairy here on the farm. So it was theirs. And they should have a right to their own property. In regards to the battle I went through, and I'm still going through, started in 1994, which is over 29 years now. It's very simple, is that we had developed first a lease a cow agreement, then rent a cow agreement, then you own a cow share, and then a farm share. So there was, every time we went through court and they said, well, this is not enough, then we developed another concept. And it was not to circumvent the law. It was to actually, within the framework, the current legal framework, to find a way how people actually legally have the right to their own product. And that was just squashed in the court. I mean, I went, like you said, I went on a hunger strike. I met with McGuinty, the Premier of Ontario. He promised originally that we can look at that together, and then he resigned because of the gas plant issue down there. And you can say, well, at the end they're all crooks up there, because what they're doing is they're basically following the lobby, who has the strongest lobby, and don't try to actually deal with the issue at hand. Yeah. So the whole thing got so politicized that we could not even get to the basics of it. Does it make sense that people have a right to their own food?